Got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll run with Hall, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Hey, take 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Rodgers now on third and goal. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Pistol.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Down the sideline he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Rodgers will throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Mayfield now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Action there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Mayfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, 72 yards. And the Jets are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Mayfield on play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
To throw, Mayfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still on his feet.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Chris Godwin.
73 yards.
And the Buccaneers get a bit closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Alert, 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 set. Hurry, hurry. What's that?
They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will cut the lead down to 15. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
26. Check 30.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jamel to the 41-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Good sec. Opposite, opposite. What's that?
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That one into the hands of Shepard downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
What's that?
Here's Mayfield. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit.
This is a diving effort by Evans. What a catch. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans laying himself out in the end zone. And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And he missed it. No good. This is going to remain a 2-point game after that one. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Second and a couple. To throw is Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Good. Alert, 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 alert. Done.
Throwing, Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Hassan Reddick in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was the tight end. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 55 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Rodgers and the Jet offense stay.
And he's got it. So the try for two successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Pistol. That's hot.
Mayfield looks to throw.
Open man, it's Palmer.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 2.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Two yards to go, 2nd down.
Hey, alert 33. That.
Mayfield to throw it. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Chris Godwin.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bucs have got it back to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Here's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. Going up top. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Otten brings it in over the middle.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Now Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, some strong running. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Hey, you block over here.
Now a play fake. Rodgers toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And again, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21.
Check 30. Go to 50.
Now Rodgers.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. 2nd and goal from the 1.
One more time with Hall.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Jets have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Rodgers will throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Alert, 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 alert. Good.
Play fake. Mayfield. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
What's that?
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
88.
Rodgers going to throw.
He'll let this go for Adams.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Jump out.
Rodgers now to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Yaya Diaby.
Able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Watch out.
Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group More than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And this is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Bucky Irving.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Bucs use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. That's caught by Wilson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a
26.
nice lane to hit.
Here's 2nd down.
Check 30. Go to 50. Scat 300. Scat 300. Flip again.
Back to throw. Rodgers.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Rodgers to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's 1st and 10.
Back north.
To throw is Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can. I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
88. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 399.
Now Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort, to try and steal this win away.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Boy, a bad break. Just got the lead on the touchdown, and now they're going to have to go on defense at the 40-yard line here as things get good in the fourth quarter.
This is 1st and 10.
Set. Cut.
Now Mayfield.
This is caught by Evans. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Baker. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
He hits Adams complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Now a 2nd and 10.
$26. 10 check 30.
Rodgers looking to throw. And now here is another interception.
And the Bucs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, I know you have a lot of questions. So do I about the decision there at the end. They had the potential game-tying field goal. Yes, it would have been a long field goal, but they passed it up, and they lose the game.
And you're right, partner. We all have questions, but I don't think anyone's going to ask the question more forcefully than the person who signs the checks for the entire organization. Why didn't you run the field goal kicker out there? You had a chance to tie the game. Looked like a makeable kick. Was the kicker hurt? Did you just not like the field conditions? This head coach is going to have a heck of an explanation.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.